But because of riba, she is a slave woman. And now we want to understand why did he say, sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wa sallam, that a slave woman will give birth to her mistress. For this, we have to go again to the hadith, in which Nabi Muhammad alayhi salatu wasalam prophesied about Akhirul Zaman, that women would dress like men. That's an amazing thing, huh? That women would actually dress like men one day. Would we ever live to see a woman in a jacket? Would we ever live to see a woman in blue jeans? Would we ever live to see a woman with a tie? Huh? Wake up. It's already here. It's already here. Women are already dressing like men, and when they do dress like men, either they don't know of what the Prophet said, or they don't care. They don't care. No. Why? Because they're brainwashed. They're following Dajjal, and the only way you can stop them from following Dajjal is getting a piece of rope and tying them up. Why would Dajjal take women and get them to dress like men? Why? The answer is that Dajjal wants to challenge what religion and society has constantly proclaimed for thousands of years, that men and women are functionally different. Dajjal wants to say that all the prophets of Allah were wrong, and all the religions were wrong, and men, those brutes, were wrong. And we, modern Western civilization, have come to liberate women by saying to them, there is no functional difference between men and women. And so anything that a man does, a woman must have the freedom to do it. It sounds real nice when you are brainwashed. And so now she puts on the working woman's clothes, and she goes to work and faces the morning traffic like everybody else. Don't be angry with me. Don't be angry with me. I have a job to do. And she works all day like men do. And she comes home in the evening with her briefcase like men do. And she has now assumed the functional role of men in society. But sister, I have a question to ask. Do you mind if I ask the question? Who is going to take care of the children? I hope you don't mind my asking the question. Who is going to take care of the children? Because you know, if you don't have any children, your husband will want another wife. Oh yeah? So who is going to take care of the children? Don't be annoyed with me. Oh, come on. What kind of an answer is this? Put the children in a daycare center? But we never heard about a daycare center until Uncle Sam came along with it. You know, modern Western civilization. A daycare center? Did your mother do that? Did your grandmother do that? Huh? Now, listen, sister. Do you mind if I talk to your baby? So I went to the baby. Baby is only 6 weeks old, huh? So I asked the baby, and Allah caused the baby to speak. Miracle, huh? Baby, can you hear me? Yes, Uncle Imran. What do you want? Baby, do you prefer the daycare center or do you prefer Mama? Baby says, I want Mama. I want Mama. I don't want this place. Doesn't your baby have any rights? Does your baby not have any rights? Do you dispose of her rights so casually so that you can pursue your career? Or put her with the next door neighbor? Or put her with a babysitter? Or put her with granny? Or put her anywhere? I have to go to work. I told you, brainwashed. Brainwashed. Okay. Allah says in the Quran, you know, sister, He says, Jaza'u sayyi'ah, sayyi'atu mithluha. So here is an Islamic response to Dajjal's modern Western feminist revolution. You know, sister, that baby is going to grow up one day, and baby is going to be a man and a woman, and you're going to be an old woman. You're going to have a walking stick. And guess what baby is going to do with you? Baby is going to take Mama and put her in a home for old people. So I went to visit her in this home for the old people. And it looked to me like a junkyard of human beings. You know what's a junkyard? You know the old cars? You can't use them anymore, put them in a junkyard. So I went to her and she's sitting on a rocking chair. And I said to her, Mama, Mama, can you hear me? Yes, I can hear you, my son Imran. What do you want? Mama, do you prefer to be here in this home for old people, or you prefer to be with your daughter and your grandchildren on your lap? Please take me home. I want to go back home. I don't like this place. Jaza'u sayyi'ah, sayyi'atu mithluha. So when you put your baby in the daycare center, don't cry when she puts you in the junkyard for human beings. We don't do that in Islam, sister. We don't have this feminist revolution. Our mothers take care of their children. Our mothers are not part-time mothers. Our mothers are full-time mothers. And if a mother in Islam has something to do as an emergency, then all the other women in the village come together to take care of her baby while she's away. We don't have any daycare centers. So now, because of Dajjal's modern feminist revolution, she's dressing like a man and going out to work. But when you go to work, if you want to advance your career, you can't behave like a woman. No, 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 tabule. When you go to work and you're in the office and you're an officer, you got to behave like a man. Your voice must become masculine. Huh? So you have authority in your voice. There was a woman in Mr. Clinton's cabinet. You couldn't tell by hearing her voice. So you lose your feminine voice. You have to behave like a man. When Musa alayhi salam, sister, when he was there in Sinai, in Madian, by the well, do you remember? And the two women were there, the two girls with their sheep. And you remember he watered the sheep for them? You, of course you remember, don't you? And then they were able to go home. But when Musa alayhi salam sat down underneath the tree And he prayed to Allah, if you have any good for me, please give me, I need it, I need it, I need it, oh Lord. And then from the distance one of the girls came back to meet him. And she's alone and he's alone, nobody else is there. Do you remember how Allah described how she was coming? Huh? She was coming back in a state of bashfulness, in a state of shyness. But when Dajjal's women go out, dressed like men, to work like men, they lose their femininity. They lose their femininity. They become increasingly masculine. The Quran describes the creation of the male and the female as synonymous to the creation of the night and the day. Where did it do that? Where? In Surah Al-Layl. وَاللَّيْلِ إِذَا يَغْشَى وَالنَّهَارِ إِذَا تَجَلَّى. And by the night and that which it shrouds so mysteriously, so filled with splendor. And by the day and its bright light, penetrating light, nothing covered, nothing concealed. وَمَا خَلَقَ الذَّكَرَ وَالْأُنثَى. That in the same way that Allah created the night and the day, so too did Allah create the male and the female. So Allah wants the night to remain night, sister, and Allah wants the day to remain day, sister. And when the night is night and when the day is day, look what happens. There is intense attraction between the two. And do you notice that when the day is approaching the night, what happens? It still happens in Islam. It's gone now in France and in Singapore and in the United States and Britain. When the day is approaching the night, there is so much excitement that the sky is painted in a riot of colors. The sunset is there as a sign of the excitement of the day as he approaches the arms of the night. And when the day touches the night, the day plunges into the night. When last did you look at the sun setting beneath the sea? That excitement has to be preserved. And it can only be preserved when the day remains day and the night remains night. But Dajjal says, no, my night must become day. And so she loses her femininity. And so the attraction of the day for the night begins to wane, to become weaker and weaker, until eventually the day is no longer so attracted to the night. Oh my, that's going to be a problem now, eh, sister? Are you listening? Then Allah's messenger said something more. He said that men are going to dress like women. Now don't be angry with me, please, I beg you. Well, you can be angry during the lecture, but after the lecture over, we must be friends and drink some teh tarik. He said that men are going to dress like women. One more time, don't be angry with me. If a man has to dress like a woman, the first thing he has to do is to shave off his beard. I told you, don't be angry with me. If a man has to dress like a woman, the first thing he has to do is to shave off his beard.